What up, what up, what up? Bankroll Tim, bet it up. What y'all doing out there today on this lovely Saturday? What y'all doing? Anyways, some of you know about the BS that's going around. Blah, blah, blah. The situation of parts or this or that or whatever had nothing to do with me. Had to do with some other shit. But Gucci thinking he tough, first off, and then gonna take a bat to somebody. I don't know where somebody thinks they're getting some street cred for taking a bat to somebody, talking about parts and this and that. The business of which he was involved in has nothing to do with me. Now, the talk of the white box Chevy that I just did for the owner, Wu, Gucci was the middleman. And as you can see, the car is gone. The car is finished. The car is gone. You guys seen it down there. Gucci was the middleman. Gucci's had the man's car since before Thanksgiving of last year, obviously. And Gucci doesn't bring people parts when he's supposed to bring people parts. The owner gave the money to Gucci for Gucci to get the parts and this and that, whatever. Gucci asked me what parts he needs. I always give out information like that. Even though we've had our bullshit in the past, I'm the bigger man and was like, you know what? Fuck all that old school shit. What happened back then, I don't care. You know, whatever. He got over on me. He got his wheels back and he got all the money I paid him, and I never got my money back when he got his wheels back. Whatever. It's done. It's in the past. I don't care. He started coming around because him and Big Lou were doing raffles, this and that. Whatever happened with them, happened with them. I don't know. I can't speak on that. But this shit that's going on social media, saying it was me and saying that I said the hard N-word and this and that, blah, blah. I called the man a bitch. I called the man a pussy. I called the man a lame because that's what he is. He gets into it with everybody. And then once, okay, fuck all the bullshit. Once there's a white guy involved like me, now motherfuckers want to take it to a whole different motherfucking level. And it's only a certain group of these lames that have been trying to put a bad taste in everybody's mouth about me, because I started Bedded Up Customs in 06. I've been doing lifted cars since 06. Big wheel cars, this and that. I actually had a Regal in 99 that I had lifted on some truck wheels, which whatever, some S10 rims on a big 275 35 tire. Air shocks, knuckles, boom, my shit was sitting up. I've been doing this shit a long time. Bedded Up Customs, I started Bedded Up Customs from watching East Coast Riders DVDs. Boom. I was laid up for a year, 12 surgeries on my leg, 2004, 2005. I started watching that shit. I opened and started Bedded Up Customs in 2006. The very first shop, 10 South 187 Normantown Road, Aurora, Naperville, Illinois, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, it was a whole bunch of BS. He was never told he wasn't getting his parts. He started running his mouth, and then the person said, well, I could tell you to fuck off. And then he just heard the one part. He goes over to the car and gets a bat, had baseball gloves on, this and that, walks up on the dude, this and that, boom, hits the man with a fucking bat. The man charges him, charged at him, bam, ripped his shirt off. There was like 5 hits involved, whatever. The person got out the way and was like, this motherfucker just hit me with a bat. So I went out there, I'm like, are you fucking serious? In my motherfucking, in front of my fucking shop, disrespecting my shit? You gonna hit somebody with a bat? I'm like, you a straight fucking bitch. You a straight pussy. And then as I walked towards him, this motherfucker from right here runs all the way over there. Big Lou's truck and trailer was parked over there. He ran all the way over there, and then he ran with the bat in his hand. He ran from me with the bat. Then he runs down the street. His boy, some Mexican kid was sitting in this little low Toyota, Gucci's, whatever the hell it is. I stopped him out there in the street, in the parking lot, telling him he's gonna sit his monkey ass here because Gucci need to come the fuck back over here. So I should have made dude get out. Dude had a baby with. Dude brings his baby with, and he knew Gucci was gonna do some stupid shit. So, foul as hell. So this dude screaming, "Oh man, my baby in the car." I'm like, I ain't doing nothing to your baby or you. Get the fuck out of here. Then dude want to act like he's tough and this and that, whatever. So he went running down the street. Dude left. Dude stopped about where that cone's at. Gets out the car acting like he's got a gun. Then he goes back in the car because I already called his ass out. I walk up to him, boom. Remind you, I have all this shit on video because my cameras are 1, 2, 3. I got it all, every inch of it. So it's a whole bunch of BS, and everybody told me stop entertaining all these lames on Facebook and on IG with all the shit that they're saying, because these are the same people from day one that's always tried to knock my business. I tear these cars apart myself. I fabricate this shit myself. I clean frames, I clean rear ends, I do all that. I've been doing it for years. I clean the suspensions up. I never have time for my own shit. Never have time for my own shit. I'm in here thrashing every day. And I got people like the Oklahoma Cutlass calling me, asking me about parts and this and that. Who got in his ear? Who's saying this? Who's talking shit about me? Who? All these lames. This man keeps calling and saying this and that, and oh, woo, woo, talk to this person and talk to this person, woo. Just the BS. After BS, it's like, dude, everybody, these lames, they get away with all types of shit, and it's just straight bullshit. But anyways, here I am in the shop. If y'all seen, I had a picture of my truck with the wheels, the big wheels on it, the 40s that are over there. Boom. I had them on here, but I added my spindle, which I plated. There's a piece of rod in here. It's cast iron, so you have to weld to keep it hot. So this thing was sizzling. The grease came out of my ball joint. This ball joint's old, boom. But I had to get my control arm to be up higher. I could smooth this out, put a plate over it, stuff like that, but I'm trying to make it all work. So what it's doing is the lower control arm is on a hell of an angle that is pulling the bottom in. Of course, this is not at ride height, this is with it hanging. So it will be out right now with it hanging. So what I'm gonna do now, see, this was my this was the other height. So I just went up about, I don't know, what's that? Maybe 5/8, 3/4 of an inch right there gap. So I added this on because my wheels were cambered in a little bit and it was hitting here and my ball joint was on a hell of an angle. So ride height, you can see on the shaft where it cleaned off, I put paint, a light dust coat of paint. So it only went in like 2 inches. So I want to limit that travel a little bit by turning my spring pressure up. Had to put some more anti-seize on there, so that way when you're turning up, you know, it turns. So I'm gonna put more spring pressure here. This touches here now, but when the truck is sitting on the ground at ride height, this has got like 1.5 inches of clearance here. If y'all know how everything works. Clean up the wheel wells again, boom. It's my personal truck, you know, it's my everyday truck. Boom, now I'm down 2 days because I thought I could get it done sooner. So here I am up in the shop Saturday, and I'm gonna put the wheels back on it, which was a pain in the ass. My truck's always been trimmed, and obviously you gotta trim it to put big wheels on, and these things are 15.5 inches wide. So boom. As you can see, my door, when I trimmed it before, the outside, all this clears. This inner part right here don't clear. So I'm gonna cut this, trim this, and push this in, boom, because you can see right there how the tire grabbed it just from me putting the tires on, setting it down, and lifting it back up in there. So both sides right here is where the tire hits. A little bit back here on the bumper because my bumpers ain't, I didn't take that time to make my bumpers perfect, but I'll clean this up some more, angle it open just a little bit more. I'm fine with the back height, and as you can see, I don't hide nothing. See, I got some knuckles in there. Got aluminum block up in the top. the Lego looking block. I actually have the 2-inch blocks to go, the cups to go down here that bolt right in this truck, and I can get rid of these. But that's not a problem. They've been in there. The truck rides good. No coilers on the back. But that's with the suspension all the way hanging. So these are KYB shocks. They were silver, but I painted them. Boom. This side, same thing. You can see this side's a little bit more farther forward than that side. So again, cut this, cut this, cut. It's just an inner rocker. Cut it, move it. You know, it's a 2008. Got over 300 and something thousand miles on it. My front fender being chewed up right there. The tire comes close to right there anyways. And that, I need a new fender anyways, so I can trim off that ugly ass bent up shit. Don't bother me. But if I had to do it all again, you know, they don't make nothing for this shit. Same thing here. I'm not hiding nothing. So there's a piece of solid 3/4 tube in the middle, rod, whatever the fuck you want to call it. That's what I started with. I welded it all the way around, welded it all the way around. I capped the back, fully welded it. I went higher up on the back, lower on the back, so it gets into the cast. Then I put the sides on it, and then I just started filling and filling and filling. I did the back 2 welds on the corners, and I started filling from the inside of the back. Filled it, filled it, filled it, filled it, filled it, filled it, kept coming out, kept coming out. So, like I said, I could cap the front, make it smooth, this and that, but I'm not worried about that. You see it corrected the ball joint. Before, the ball joint, because this arm was so low at ride height, it was going bang, bang, it was ripping the ball joint. So now, I'll be able to put the wheels on it, put it back on my alignment plates. I got to get longer sway bar links. Like I said, I'm not hiding nothing. This truck has adapters because the small 6 lug that the truck is, this is Tahoe 6 lug out here. The small 6 lug, you can't really get too many, you couldn't get the rim that I have. Those didn't even come in. Those have a 6 lug, Chevy and 6 lug Ford on them, but no small 6 lug. So that's why there's adapters, which whatever. But I'm going to end up setting it on the plates again, set my height, get my height where I want it to sit. Then I'm going to take the upper control arm and I'm going to cut a 1/2 inch out of just the front side. I'm going to ratchet strap the spindle to pull the spindle inwards so it will close the gap. That will bring the wheel forward and in. So then I can put the level on the rim and plumb it at ride height. So that way, once I get it to where it's level, so let's say I cut the 1/2 inch out of here, boom, the front part of the arm, and it moves in as I ratchet strap it, because you know the back will still be here. It's going to bend the arm, which is fine. So a 1/2 inch cut out, and if it goes a 1/4 inch, and then the wheel being sitting on the floor at ride height, if it's, which I got plenty of room to get in there above the tire, all that to get to it, and that takes the camber and moves it in, then I'll be able to weld it. If it goes all the way touches and it's too far, I do have alignment down here that I can push this back in. But the other thing I'm trying to do with that is, if you can see my tie rod right now, my tie rod's on a hell of an angle. Now you really want the tie rod to follow the lower control arm, how it goes up and down. So by taking the spindle, or the upper control arm, cutting it, bend it, making it move inwards, which is going to move this forward, which will bring this up, will relax this little tight bend. Again, this is stretched all the way out. This is like the top of tire is like 10 inches down. You know what I'm saying? 20 from the center, because the wheel's 40. So 20 from the center. I think it comes to like here. So this is way too much gap right now. So it all will work out. But finishing up my truck. So I'll be here late tonight and maybe even tomorrow to finish it. But the Bonneville is going to go on this lift. My son is going to put some hours in this week on this. Get the wheels off, get the back suspension taken off, take the front shit apart. I am going to be working on the 81. So I'm actually going to take the dunk, pull it out, clean up over here, back it up underneath there, cover the windows back up like I have the back windows covered up now, so that way no sparks and grindings and all that shit hit the windows. My car's covered up like that too, so nothing hits it. But I'm gonna take the time to get I'm trying to get this 81 Landau done. Them choppers on there, boom. I gotta get it tubbed. I got the fucking tubs right there. But one man show, and I have to deal with so much extra shit that's just unreal. And I try to take care of people, even though I know that they really don't need to be taken care of, like they shouldn't be, you know, they're not worth it. And then I get fucked. And then people want to run their fucking mouth. And I know tons of people, you know, big dollar guys like, man, don't worry about that stupid shit. I just hate that, you know, motherfucker want to badmouth me and this and that all the time. It's like, dude, grow the fuck up, all of you that want to talk shit about me. Find out the truth and talk about the truth. But you guys don't want to talk about the truth. You just want to make shit up and act like you're tough. Anybody want to come down that's got a fucking problem with me? I'll turn the cameras off. I'll turn the camera system off. We can be right here. Bring you a bodyguard or two. And that's all I need with me, 1 or 2. I won't let somebody beat you to a bloody pulp. I don't want to get beat to a bloody pulp, but I'll put these hands up. Anybody got a real problem with me and want to come? Try it out. Let's do it. I don't care. I've had my ass beat plenty of times. But I ain't going to take this punk shit that everybody want to talk. I'll tell you that. And the excuse for everybody to be, oh yeah, your shop. Oh yeah, because then you'll call the cops. Oh, I ain't never called the cops on nobody for shit. Anyways, we can go right here. Right here. Boom. Anybody got a problem? My number's everywhere. YouTube videos, all the comments, this, that. Bring it. I don't care. I'm 45 years old. But all right, y'all. I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna get shit moved around. I'm gonna get my truck done. I'm gonna get this Bonneville on this lift. I'm gonna get that dunk moved over there. And I'm gonna get that 81 Landau all cleaned off. Boom, 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 boom. I'm gonna start cutting and putting the frame brace in it. I'm gonna get the exhaust out of my way because it's in my way. I tried to bend it out of my way, so I'm cutting that shit off. I'll tack it all back on there. But I'll get all that bracing done to that car. I got everything here for that car. I got the man's parts here for the car. Everything's here. I don't know how people end up putting me in stuff that I was never in. Saying I said shit I never said. But that's the world that we live in. That's the world we live in. Haters, lames, pussy motherfuckers. Bankroll Tim, bet it up. Bet it the fuck up. Appreciate y'all. To the real ones, 100. I'm out. Peace.